Okay, do you
There
hear
you
me
go. Now
now?
I'm hearing you. Yes, now we hear you.
Hi,
Now we
good
hear you.
morning. Uh,
Hello, hello, hello.
are
Are you
you
back? Are
are
you
you
back?
up? I got back last night.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're having a magical conversation over here. Very cool
Yeah.
about all sorts of stuff. Yes, sailing and
Yeah.
death and the magic of life, fluid reality.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Who are you talking to?
To
Who's
Donna,
on?
Donna, Donna,
Donna.
Donna, magical Donna. Yes, magical Donna.
Hi,
Yes.
Donna.
We are focusing on something very important here. So,
Yeah.
just something that came about. Donna was sharing magical stuff about her son, and something he said, and then something Donna said, and then something he said again. Basically, a shift in their interaction and relationship, acknowledging Donna's shift, but it was based on an intent that Donna had set. So I'm just going back. Donna's looking up this intent that she set when she started the program way back when,
Yeah.
and so we just to see it actually to get that confirmation. It's very cool. It's very cool to see.
That's really good. That's real magic.
Yes, it is real magic. It is real
Yeah, I
magic.
love
What's happening
magic.
with you, Shari? What's happening with you?
Oh my gosh, what a trip. Did you get my little text message catching the light?
No, I did not. When did you send it today? I haven't.
I sent it yesterday. I guess I'll try it again. I
Ah,
think
I saw there was a text in the group text, but I wasn't sure. So I saw that,
oh,
but I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
yeah, it was in a group text.
Yeah,
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 that
yeah, yeah. I haven't had it
yeah.
because when you sent it, I was sleeping, and since I've been up, I've been working and doing stuff,
Oh,
so I hadn't had a chance to look at it yet.
when are you going to
What happened
be when are you going to be here? Because I don't want to
tomorrow?
interrupt what tomorrow
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah,
Oh, okay, tomorrow. Let me think.
yeah.
Tomorrow. Okay, today's my art class. Tomorrow is good. I
Okay,
will be here
good.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Um,
so I'll come in the morning. As soon as you
in the
in the
morning,
morning,
let
if
me
you
look. Yeah, it
then
would
I can
have
spend
to
the whole
be.
day there. So
Yeah, yeah,
uh, yeah, I
that's
mean, the
a
earlier I can come, the better, because I still, do want to go to sleep earlier, but so
yeah. Okay, let me just quickly cut
sure.
to the chase because I know you're busy with Donna. And I'm meeting tomorrow. I have an interview with someone tomorrow, and I think she's going to be working with
Excellent,
me.
excellent,
Uh,
excellent,
I, I,
excellent.
I think she's going to be really good, and you can meet her. Oh, that would be
You see,
perfect.
there you go. It all works out perfectly.
Oh my gosh, that will
All
be
works out
so
perfectly.
perfect.
Excellent.
And then the next thing that's the stopgap is Etsy reports sales tax to the feds. That means that I
All the
have to
sites do.
then, well, now I have to create a business, which is where I was before. It can't be a hobby anymore,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
I can't seem to get around this.
No, you can't. I mean, it depends on how much is involved. So, you know,
Well, as soon as it's what $600 or something like that, then you have
yeah.
to start paying taxes, and and
I
so
know that's the problem with selling online. You can't avoid this. The government has gotten clever. They realize that this is the issue. So
well,
it's
but but this has not been my forte,
yeah.
with taxes and all
Well,
this
all you
kind
got
of
to do
stuff.
is just collect the data and then you give it to your accountant. So don't worry about it. It's not that
Collect the
complicated.
data,
Yeah, I mean, just
or
keep your
maybe.
receipts and your payments, and that's it. And you do that already
Oh,
anyway, so it's not a biggie.
well, no, I don't. I don't keep receipts, Leon.
Well,
I guess.
well, like if you write a check, then it's a receipt. If you use your credit card, it's a receipt. So just get in the habit of doing everything on your credit card and in your checks. Don't pay cash for anything, and then you don't need receipts. That's all.
Yeah, but then if you were audited, you need receipts as proof, and that's
Right.
where
But I'm
I.
saying a check is a receipt. Your credit card transaction is a receipt.
Well, that's what I say, but the accountants, they all want hard copies of receipts, like, you know,
Well, then you need to
um,
get a
Just
new
pull a
accountant
history of a
because
credit card.
that's what I'm saying. Then your
well, I
accountant
know
is not
that.
up
You
to
and I
speed.
know that, but they're kind of like fiddly about it,
Right, I
as you
know,
would
but just
say.
just get a different accountant then, because if they're not accepting your credit card transaction as a receipt, then they're not doing their job.
Oh,
Because that's
okay.
what's
Well,
it
maybe I'll
is.
just,
Yeah, yeah,
since I've been working with them, I don't want to change accountants. I'll just say, this will be my receipt.
There you
You
go.
know,
There you go. There
because
you
I don't collect receipts. Okay, I can do that. That's fine.
go. Right.
So then maybe this woman that I'm going to be hiring, she can do the books. What? I don't keep books. I don't do this stuff.
No, no, no. You don't need that.
Oh,
When you use a credit card or write a check, you are automatically keeping books. All your
oh,
accountant can
okay.
do is he just needs access to that information, and then
Oh,
he can do your taxes from that. It's automatic. You don't
oh,
have to worry about anything.
okay. Oh, okay. All right. You're making it easy enough for
Oh
me
yeah.
so I
Oh
don't
yeah.
freak out. I
Oh yeah.
was like
Oh yeah.
last night, I was
Oh yeah.
freaking out.
And next time you go and deal with your accountant, if he struggles with this, I'll be happy to chat to him and get it sorted for you.
Okay.
Very
All right.
simple.
And the next thing I wanted to tell you before I get off, because I know you're with Donna now, and I
It's
want you to
okay.
have
It's
that
okay. It's
space.
okay. Donna's doing research over there, so you buying Donna time.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
okay.
All right. Do you remember we were talking about offshore stuff,
Uh huh. Uh
sending
huh. Uh
uh,
huh.
doing
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe we can brainstorm all this tomorrow. But the offshore stuff, this you won't believe this. You will not absolutely believe this. Jan and I land. We're on the Navajo reservation, and when Jan and I are on the reservation, magic happens, right? So
Excellent.
we stop at a place called Baby Rocks. That's why I wanted you to see the photo called Catching the Light.
Let me go and look. Let me go and look.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what? See it. Just look and
Yeah, yeah.
see.
I'm gonna pull it up now, and then I'll share screens.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll see the magic of this place, you know. Um, mm. Well, do you remember I was talking about doing the offshore stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Jana and I are at Baby Rocks. It's on the reservation. It's a sacred site. We get out of the car, and there are two men over there, you know, and they were just kind of, we were going to do some ceremonial stuff, Jan and I, you know, with
Oh,
smudge
cool.
and releasing stuff. That's what we
Right,
do. So the one guy, you know, Jan walks over to him, and I walk over to him, and I start talking to him, and I say, where are you from? And he says he's from the Philippines. And he said to me he has contacts for offshore marketing. And I was blown away because it was such a synchronicity, because
yeah.
3 days prior, I had missed an appointment with the offshore marketing from the Philippines, and I was supposed to miss it because this guy, no, you know, we had an extensive conversation, and he will find the right people, the right person to work for me. That the fee is usually 600 a month for a full-time job. Um, so,
Right, right, right.
but it was very
And he's gonna get
magical.
it for you for less than 600.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's open in negotiation. I have his
Yeah.
business
Oh
card,
yeah.
but
Oh
the
yeah. Well,
but
you
the
don't need a
thing is,
full-time person, so yeah.
no, I don't. No, not at all. Not of it was working and creating a business again, you know, because that's not who I am. It's about a business. That's just not what I want to do.
Right.
I'm an artist, not a
Yeah.
business head, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's this the unfortunate reality of the world that it can't really be avoided. So what can we do?
Yeah, I
But
see that.
you
I
can have a
see that. I
simple
see.
business. It don't have to be complicated, and that's it.
Okay,
It
simple is
truly does
good.
not. Simple is very easy.
Okay, simple is good. Okay, very good. So, what time tomorrow?
As early as you want to make it.
Oh, well, I usually have to get up and do my yoga and my,
that's, what
and
I'm,
all that. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So what about 10 o'clock then?
uh,
I just
yeah,
want more time for us, you see.
yeah,
So
yeah, no, I get it. When are you leaving for the road? What's happening with
uh,
that?
that's that's only next week. Um, but tomorrow and the weekend, I have the weekend free.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
wonderful.
up early tomorrow because I
Yeah,
get on
I,
with Bina and
all
Donna.
right, well,
But
yeah.
the day, like I say, I can come 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Can I text you
Sure,
about the time?
sure,
Because
sure,
I don't know where my book is and what I
sure,
have to
sure.
do and what
Yeah,
time,
yeah, no problem.
I
Yeah, yeah.
have to
I mean, I
land.
can always come a little earlier, and
Yeah,
just I can hang out and work and do stuff, and then when
yeah, yeah.
you're ready. That's not a
Yeah,
problem. So
yeah, that sounds good. You can come earlier, and when you're ready, you're ready. That's
okay,
fine. Yeah.
okay. So I'll come
Okay.
around about 8 or 9 o'clock then.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Just come, and then I have my friend Rochelle, who you met, is going to be
Uh-huh.
uh, coming tomorrow sometime, and she doesn't. I think she understands that I'm busy, that I
Yeah.
don't have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what is.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
yeah. Do you need to stay here tomorrow night?
Maybe I'll let you know then. I'll see.
All right, you
Yeah.
let me know. You can.
Sure.
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
there's room here. Whatever. Okay. All
Brilliant.
right. I'll see
Brilliant.
you tomorrow between
Okay.
8 and 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Fantastic.
you. Bye, Donna.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a
Yeah.
magical day.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
wonderful day. Sorry to and to
Oh, never a problem. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. If it was, I'd say so. So don't worry. It's
yeah.
not a problem.
Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful day,
You too,
Donna. Take
Shari.
care.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks, Sherry. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. 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 Fun. 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 So lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. It's interesting in terms of Sherry's particular problem. In that she wants to do things which have some complexity to them, but she needs them to be simple. She needs them to be simple, not wants, needs. It's amazing. And also talk about fluid reality. When I do things for Sherry on Sherry's computer, it blows my mind. It's like, what in the hell? Nothing works the way it normally does. It's amazing. A computer's in a different reality. It's really fascinating. And like for instance, okay, she said, "Look, I got this problem. I go on YouTube and I can't see my videos. I know we posted, and we uploaded like 80 videos. You know, and she goes, only five show. Okay, it turns out that the five are unlisted, but then I'm saying, but wait a second. Okay, I know why only those five, but it still doesn't make sense because when I go onto YouTube, I see, on my YouTube, I go there, I see all the videos that are unlisted. So I'm the account holder. Somebody else won't see it, but I do. It's just too amazing. And then we looked on the phones. I called up my YouTube on the phone. Hers, I see all my unlisted videos. She doesn't see hers. Why? It makes no sense. So that's just one example of stuff that doesn't work the same way for her as it seems to work for everybody else. It's just too amazing. And I think it's just her mindset towards the computer in general. She's always saying, "Oh, it's complicated, it's a mess, and this is crazy stuff, and etc." And so it's powerful. Powerful. We have to be very careful of this, and I feel like we are moving more and more into the fluid reality. And sometimes I get a little bit scared. Even I feel like it's coming whether we're ready or not, kind of. Yeah, it's not a matter of us getting ready and then it comes. It's coming. We need to get ready. Yeah.
It's been here.
Say again.
It's been here. It's
Yeah.
just coming into our realm.
Also, yeah, yeah. It's always been around, but where it's really being something that is was not just an option like it was before. Now it's coming as and I feel this is kind of what Judgment Day would be, the full arrival of fluid reality. That's kind of Armageddon. And if you got your stuff together, you survive. If not, basically, if you're a fearful person, you're gonna self implode, right? You're gonna self destruct. Wow, I never really put that together until this moment. That Armageddon is the arrival of fluid reality. Wow, 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 wow. That's pretty cool, Donna. Yeah, that's very cool. That makes complete and utter sense. That's very exciting.
Right now, we're sort of in both realities at times.
Yes, yes, exactly. There's a merging, but it's always been that way to greater or lesser degrees. And I don't know if it just went in and out or if it's just a steady, steady progression. But then I look back in the day, I feel it was maybe even more there. I think it's not just like going from one polar to the other. I think back in the day, it was very much predominant. And then we shifted out of it and we created stable reality because it was too fluid and we struggled to deal with it, right? So we got too specific, or we just got habituated with the magic. And that's what Don Juan says too. He says we are such incredible magicians, we don't even know it. We are literally creating all this every single moment, but we don't not aware of it because we just take it for granted. So I don't know, but maybe it's just that's breaking up because of people being focused, the internet saying, affirmations and all this stuff. The intent is out there to break the rigidity. Yeah. But it's like careful what you wish for. Yeah.
Yeah, very much. Careful what you wish for,
Yeah.
because
Very
I feel
interesting.
like with the internet and with the resources there, for me, my journey was entering into a fluid reality without even knowing about fluid reality, which is very chaotic. And you do kind of DIE, um, which is different than DEATH. So you have to be very careful. And um, again, this isn't comparison, but I sense that there could be a possibility, depending on how deep you go down the rabbit hole and what kind of work you've done. You live in fluid reality to a lesser or greater degree, maybe, than another being. And so uh, to be able to manage it so you're deliberate about it is what I'd like to do, and understand a bit more, have a knowing about, well, no, have the understanding behind the knowing. I already have the knowing, just don't quite have the understanding. So does that make sense?
No.
Pardon?
No, I missed some of it. I'm trying to. I was just going to ask you, can you just re-say that all again, please?
Okay. I feel as though for me, fluid reality entered my world when I had no concept of what fluid reality was. And so in that moment, um, I I may have like plunged into a reality where I died. So and then to a lesser or greater degree, I feel as though as you journey and you become more and more aware and your consciousness gets bigger and God is more prevalent, or universe or source, and that love is more prevalent within you. Um, to a lesser or greater degree, people have a fluid reality in
Yes.
their experiences, sometimes more than other people do. And so I feel like it's always been there. I was unprepared. I inadvertently plunged into something that was not at all fun. You can call it HELL, whatever.
Yeah.
And the religion exasperated it instead of helped pulling me out of it. But I know for a fact you can. I am.
Yeah.
So there is no one route or
Right. Right.
destination or place. You can get out of that. It's a heck of a lot of work and determination and persistence, but you do. And then it's just learning then to be deliberate about fluid reality, and to recognize really that every thought and every feeling it has an impact, a universal impact. Because if when we shift into that, um, there's no, I don't feel like there's a way to shift into it without the space being totally clean and cleared out and pure. Because think of the consequences. I mean, if you have a individual being that's in a physical body and their energy is
Oh,
continually focused on, something that's bringing the whole vibe of the whole place down, it's like that game I always said, that's where it applies now. And it makes total sense to me. Red Rover, send Donna Marie right over. Well, you can't until Donna Marie has done the work and created the space and got rid of all the trash. And it's not just because of Donna Marie, it's because you're entering a conglomerate, you're entering a unity, you're entering a community. It's not just you anymore. You've moved from me to we. So you gotta be really careful who the we are.
wow.
Mm.
Just enjoying the sobriety. Oh, so beautiful. I love when you philosophize, Donna. I love it. Oh, really potent.
Philosophize.
Oh. You know,
I
Donna,
can be told.
I've read all the philosophers, yeah? And the best ones that I encounter, and the actual content, if you were literally to go and transcribe what you just said, and you're not going to find it in any of those books, what you just said. And as nicely as you said and everything, I'm sorry, but it's not there. Oh, maybe a little bit here and there, but it doesn't exist. It's amazing. Same with Erica. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. It's very potent because we are really, really, really thinking about stuff. Not just thinking, but it is based on previous thinking of stuff. And we've gotten a language, and it's a whole. This is a culmination. What you are saying. That's why it is so potent. It's magical stuff. It's really cool. Very cool. So yeah, really awesome. Really, really awesome. Yeah. Now I lost the point on what you said, the end point. Just repeat your last point, please, so I can bring it all back.
Fluid reality and being ready for it and what that represents.
Yeah, yeah. And
And,
that's
and,
what.
and actually, fluid reality is a death. That's where death
Correct,
comes in for me.
correct, correct.
It is a death of the old and the unintentional and
A
that.
transition rather than a death.
Well,
For me, I see it as
yes,
transition. That we are
it's a
transitioning from
death and
one.
then a transition.
Right, right.
Because you can't transition into it unless everything is
Exactly.
really
Exactly.
died and gone.
Yes. So it is taking death and seeing death through the lens of philosophy of opposite.
Right.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. So it's dying but not dying. And that other thing, remember when you used to have this, but you're contradicting yourself. The ability to perceive a contradiction coexisting. This is part of philosophy of opposite. It is absolutely essential. And in what you were just saying, this is precisely it. We need to reconceive death to see it as both a positive and a not so, as a limitation and a freedom. It's both, yes?
Kind of. What came up when you said that is a bit different for me is not limitation as much as it is like a purging
Uh,
and a
uh,
clearing out.
right, right,
And
right, right,
yeah,
right. If
yeah.
you don't
But in
do that,
totality,
yeah, right,
before you can
right,
transcend to the life
yeah,
and actually live,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're not really living,
Exactly,
to be
exactly. So
honest.
the limitation part is if you do not do that, or conversely, the
Right.
limitation is if you cling to the conventional conception of it, and this will be very limiting. Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. And for some reason, I find myself in a job where I am constantly dealing with death. So I find that interesting. And that came to me recently.
Yeah, and they're not
And
for some reason.
everybody's right. And everybody's reaction to, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
And I've always felt like that response doesn't resonate with me anymore.
yeah,
Why is that? And
yeah,
like on a daily basis. And really since COVID, there's been such an emergence of death
yeah,
and all the people that are in my BNI group dealing with hospice and death. And it's just, wow. It's like
yeah,
really having to, that has been inundated in my experiences of late in the last year or two of, and I even said, and anytime I ask, the universe delivers. Like,
yeah.
okay, what is this death thing about? Why do you want me to explore this so much? I mean, it's
Uh,
all around me.
uh,
What is it?
I know an
So,
angel of death, by the way.
yeah.
That's my friend Mark. He called himself that. If I have it on this computer, um,
Your friend who?
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, and the Book of Mark. I've got the big Book of Mark. It's like I don't know, 800,000 words long. We had that year-long conversation every day from wake up till go to sleep. It's pretty cool.
Why did he
Anyway,
see himself as the angel of death?
because of his relationships that he had. He was in a bunch of relationships where his partners all died on him, and he essentially nursed them into death. He
I know
helped them.
somebody else like that too.
And he just said, look, he's kind of got the skill, and he says, bloody hell, I don't want to be doing this again. You know, everybody gets close to them, and he has a fantastic relationship, and they just die on him. And but he
Okay,
can
wait.
see it. He can
Okay,
see it, that the logic.
but can he also, he's already in fluid reality, so he meets them in that. So he's not really dying. He's not losing a thing.
Correct. And that's
But
kind
he
of what
has
he
to
was saying.
be,
It was appropriate. Yeah.
but he has to be in both places, which causes great conflict for him. I know somebody else exactly like that.
And Marcus Cornelius, much overlap
Uh-huh.
there. Yeah.
I know
So,
somebody else exactly like that. So how do they choose?
well, he made peace with it. He doesn't like it, but he said, look, he understands that if he hadn't done it, who would have? He was the only one who could have done it in those instances. So I think he basically just stayed away from um, getting into a relationship. I mean, he's quite the libertine, you know, in his relationship. So he's quite happy with that side of it. So basically, he just has his flings and gets into it, and everybody involved knows what's going on, so it's kind of cool, and that's it. So just close. I wonder how he's been doing with COVID, because that will severely curtail his extracurricular activities. I mean, like I said, this is his life. He hangs out by himself, but he's just not working or anything. But he goes out to bars and pubs and brings people home and stuff like this. It's a big part of his life.
Okay, well that doesn't line up with having a relationship with somebody and preparing them for their death.
I know, but that's the trade-off. See, that's the balance. Otherwise, if he is more serious about his relationships, he knows it's going to end up that way, or at least that's what he believes and feels. So he's deliberately avoiding getting into relationships because he doesn't want to be an angel of death. Yeah.
But when he aligns himself
Oh, he
with,
doesn't always make sense.
oh, I know, but I'm just sharing. Like at some point, he is going to have fluid reality and the other person's going to be in fluid reality, and the death is going to be what unites them together in a transition. Does he not see that?
I'm not in that particular way. No, that's pretty profound. I don't know if that came up. We'll go over that story at some point and read it. It's it needs to be edited and cleaned up, and that's a course to create out of that. That's a book series, just to take out the nonsense and just
There's
edit it.
another chapter to that. I can see the angel of death and preparing people for death, and I can see that he is in fluid reality and physical reality, but at some point he's gonna have the one that's also in fluid reality at the same level where he is, and that element of having to prepare that person for death is going to be gone because they've already transitioned death all on their own, and then they're going to unite in a fluid reality.
Let me ask him. What exactly is the question? I can, out of the blue, I haven't chatted to him now since May.
No, it just seems like there's another chapter to that where he's not having as a opportunity for it to be created in his fluid reality. I mean, he's just focusing and emphasizing his role in preparing people for death.
Right.
But what about the next phase? What about the next phase? There's a whole nother chapter to that.
Yeah.
And it may not happen, he may serve as an angel of death in preparation for people to transition to that fluid reality, and he may see them in that fluid reality, but at some point, isn't there a partner that doesn't need that transition into death role that he's playing? They've achieved it on his own, and then they have that same fluid reality, and then they meet there and unite at that place. Okay, and so that element of death is gone.
Yeah, let me see if I can ask the question. to put it all into context and make it appropriate and come. I can ask him off the wall question out of the blue. It's not a problem. So I'm going to say, hey, Mark, in the context of you as the angel of death, is there a possibility, or could it be that it's not just about you being a participant in transitioning those that you were the angel of death for, but it's about you preparing for your transition into fluid reality? Yeah? Can I ask it that way?
Well, it is that, and then,
Or
but
let me
like,
get that out and then we can edit it. Right? Then, because otherwise I'm going to kind of lose my thread a bit with the typing. It's just always so slow with the typing.
can you help? Oh,
All right, for fluid. Okay, so I wrote in the context of you as an angel of death. Well, first I said, hey, Mark. Oh, hey, oh, come on, come on. All right. Hey, Mark, in the context of you as an angel of death, could it be that you were preparing yourself for fluid reality? And what else do I need to add on here? Say again?
I'm thinking.
Oh,
Just
okay.
1 second.
Sorry.
It's in that next step in the process of meeting another at a soul level, like that transcendence of a soul unity. It doesn't have to end just because he's here as the angel of death helping others prepare in their death. He has the ability to have that, but he has to know that it's a possibility. It doesn't have to be these casual, flingy things and acceptance of that limit. That's a misbelief that's limiting. If he is in fluid reality and somebody else is in fluid reality and there's a unity of a soul at that same level, that's a beautiful, divine, glorious partnership that can be had there in fluid reality and brought back even to the physical if you manage it properly. It has to be deliberate and managed. I don't know what I'm talking about. I could be totally wrong. That's really unique. That's a very out there thing. It just came to me. But it's been coming to me for a long time because I have even felt like, what is this death thing and what is my role in it?
I love it. I love it. There's a lot of intuitive magic.
Okay, and the reason I say this is because when you get into, I'll let you finish.
Or not. Okay.
Okay, so when you get into fluid reality, this is going to be a whole new reality, right? And it has a whole different set of ways of being.
Mm-hmm.
I have a knowing that for me, there's going to be certain people that pave the way, that are like the showers, that there still is a place for what was considered in the non-fluid 3 dimensional world reality as partnerships, companions, marriage, dating, whatever label that goes on that, there's an equivalent in fluid reality that we're creating that maybe in the past or maybe never we've had before, that there's a misbelief that once you reach fluid reality, it's as though we are God, in that, quote unquote, we are God, quote unquote, in that we love everyone the same and we're unconditional. And so there is no partnership. There is no love that is unique to a partnership. Like, and it can be passionate and it can be romantic. And I just know this to every ounce of my core. And there's so many things to tell me opposite. No enlightenment, you don't have physical needs, you don't have desires. You've even said that you don't have, this wanting, or and I just know that this is unique and this is new, and there are certain
No
beings,
longer have that.
certain souls, there's certain souls that are going to have a partnership that, no, you could still have those. You still want romance, you still want passion, and yet you still are in fluid reality that, yes, you love everybody, but there's still a room for a partnership with one that's different than the love that you have with everything. And I feel like people don't feel that, and I know it.
He does too. He's just scared.
Well, he can't be scared anymore because
Well,
he's got to create.
I mean, he's not unaware of it. I mean, he says he's not scared, but he just doesn't want the stress of it again. He says because he's exceedingly passionate in his relationships, and when he does, it's like all or nothing, And so it's fair enough to say, "Wow, I don't want to get in a relationship, and then the person dies, and I have to go through all that again." Oh, fair enough.
They don't physically die this time. It's just
Ah,
it's a death, it's
that's a
a
beautiful point.
symbolic death.
That's a beautiful point. And what I really like is your conviction on this, and specifically in connection to Mark. You weren't speculating. You were saying things from a position of kind of a knowing certainty, relative to him. I'm making a very nuanced point here. And I love this. I find it most magically incredible how this is actually working out. It's really cool. Very, very, very cool. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah. So I sent the thing, and we'll see what he says. So I'm amazed that it's been May since we last spoke. Wow. Basically, the time since the group has, went tenfold or more than tenfold. So
I
I don't
think the
even know
key
where we.
to the opening the heart to it is to recognize the symbolic death, not the physical death. We've transcended that. And my knowing, it's like Avatar, there's one. And how rare is it to find the one that is in a fluid reality similar to yours? I mean, there are certain people on this earth that they're setting the stage. They're showing it can be done, that there can be fluid reality and that kind of unconditional love within a physical reality. And I know it.
Oh, it's very cool. I'm just thinking about Mark. He's got some fear of Zoom, so I've tried to get him on Zoom. So
I could be totally wrong.
yeah, you could be. Yeah,
Could be a total misbelief that holds me back.
I don't think so. No. The genius you. Somebody wants to post a book. I even played the song, I'm a genius from Hair, because I was making fun of being a genius at the packing. I was really enjoying my packing. It came out even better than expected. So, I mean, I have a whole apartment in my van with space to spare. Yeah, I've even got space to sleep in the van. How cool is that, Donna? I just blows my mind. It really does, you know. So,
That's like
I mean,
the
I got a fridge in there, air conditioner, you know, and I have the microwave, the toaster, the bread maker, you know, you name it. And I got lots of clothing. It's like, man, wow. Anyway, where'd you go? Anyway, so just the post came up here, the genius you. So, okay. So I was joking about it. So I said to Bina, I am a genius. I was just fooling, you know. So anyway, yeah. But I'm keen to hear what Mark has to say. Hopefully he responds soon. It's too early in the morning, so likely we won't see him. He's a bit of a night owl.
Where does he live?
Say again.
Where
He
does he
lives
live?
in California, so it's even earlier for him there. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, certainly if you want to talk about an anomaly and an interesting character, and we have great conversations. I'm going to find that post.
What does he do
The,
for a living? He doesn't have a job.
he used to teach philosophy. Go figure.
I know, right?
Yeah, but then here's the other thing. He's done all sorts of various things, and you know, to say teach philosophy, I think it he did, and he's very knowledgeable on it. But it was to kind of um, boys, you know, older teenage boys who I don't know if they were in like a reform school or you know basically getting their lives back together again. It was an anomalous circumstance in which he was teaching them, but it essentially two kids, these boys. I don't know if there were girls involved too, who had gotten into trouble and you know had basically restarting over again. So I thought that was a very interesting place to do it in. Yeah. So and he's done all sorts of various things, but you know that was the last main thing. You know that's what if you asked him, "Oh, what did you do?" That's it. So yeah. So but yeah, well, he lives out in just north of San Francisco. Very nice area that he lives in, kind of close to the coast. So very cool. Very cool. I don't now have, but he sent me pictures, and he has neighbors that, well, a neighbor who makes these metal sculptures, and they're like all over the place. You know, so, well, you know, from scrap. You know, it's pretty cool. But anyway, he's just quite the anomaly. It's quite the anomaly. Oh, that's what I was gonna go do. I'm gonna find that story. Did I post it already? I don't know. Maybe we'll see in a moment.
Do you feel as though, like maybe in the past, to achieve fluid reality, you physically had to die, and now we're transitioning out of that where you don't physically have to die?
It's very possible. It's very possible. It's very
That
possible that we are
you
actually,
can choose to bring your physicalness into
yeah,
fluid reality?
yeah. In other words, that um, uh, we're not dying now to move into fluid reality. We've already done this. That's very interesting, Donna.
I don't think it's a physical death. I don't really get it all. See, these things, they sort of, I don't know, they
Yeah,
come, but I don't really understand all the time. And then
yeah,
the universe will show me different things, and then it'll kind of fit all together.
yeah.
That life detective we have to be, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I was looking for that story. I want to share it
I
with
would
you.
love to talk to Mark. I bet he's interesting.
Oh, he's very interesting. Oh, very
Come
interesting.
on Zoom. I
It's
want to
got
see.
some, oh, Zoom's gonna corrupt my computer. Yeah, got some conspiracy theory nonsense, fear of Zoom. Um,
So I know he doesn't do Facebook and he doesn't do Zoom. He's probably not on computer. He probably doesn't watch TV.
he does do Facebook, interestingly enough.
Really?
Oh yeah, he used to
What?
be. That's how we met on Facebook. He was quite active too. You know, different groups, different conversations, different friends. That's how I got to meet him. He made an interesting comment, and I friended him, and I said, "Oh, I thought your comment was interesting. It you know there was more to it than it said on the surface, and you know it revealed the depth." And I just explained some of my discernment, you know. and that's how the friendship started. So I don't have that file on this computer, and the big computer's packed away now. But I have it all saved because it was all in type text, and I made the effort to save it in a file. So I have the very start of the conversation, which is very cool.
It's funny. And that I can't. One moment.
Anomalous.
I know. My brain is going faster. The things are coming, downloads are coming faster than my mouth can keep
Right.
up.
Right.
Anyway,
The bandwidth is too narrow at the moment.
yes. So when I was reading, oh, I forget what part. It was so long ago. Something about
Camellias.
Cornelius. Um, he reminded me of somebody I literally know.
Wow. Maybe you know Mark.
Well, his name is Mark. He doesn't live in
Wow.
California.
Well, Mark didn't always live in California. He's been all over the show, different parts of the world. I mean, he's born in a different part of the world. Um, and let's see. I think I have a.
Him, but it was just
Oh,
curious that
dang it! I don't have a picture of him.
the aspects of him reminded me of a Mark
He-
that I once
yeah.
knew.
Well,
And the
this is
Mark
he a
I
big
once
fellow? Your
knew,
Mark? Small, big?
big,
Yeah.
6'4", big.
Oh, then he's not the Mark because he's a smallish fellow.
Yeah, no, this guy's big. But he made an interesting statement similar to that about Angel of Death.
Ah, I see. And our Mark is gay also.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, just to separate him out, the different ones. So.
Oh, I know it wasn't the same, but it was just curious that, I don't know, just fun,
Yeah. Oh,
curious.
that he made. That is an overlap. That's fluid reality overlap. That's pretty interesting.
Been so many overlaps lately.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
More. It's
More and more and more
incredible to me.
more every day. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I forgot to tell you this. This was so exciting, but very unusual. It did leave me like, whoa, feeling a little bit like that. And I had to like step back and really sit down and ground myself. It was like a blip in the matrix. I've had where I like can sort of for a brief second remember that exact scenario and then a choice that was made by me and then what the reality was based on that choice. And then I'm in the same situation and it within a split second I have the ability to change that reality, like go down a different path. And I have to like really quick choose differently. And
Wow.
then the matrix blip goes away, the awareness of that. It's like
Wow.
happens so fast too.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah, that's the thing, to have the speed. I find myself too slow so many times.
oh,
Even though I can be very fast sometimes, I still feel myself too slow.
me too. It's like, okay,
Yeah. I mean,
let's
sometimes
try
I'm
this
so
one.
fast that it just like it amazes me, but other times I'm like, man, how can he be so slow?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that used to frustrate me, and now my intent is just that's for the timing, divine timing, and not time as we see now, but patience and trusting in divine timing, and just letting go of the frustration with it. You're slow, just not even talking about that anymore.
Yeah. Don't lock it in other words.
No, just concentrate on divine timing. You don't have to concentrate on being fast or slow or I missed it or I got it. Just
Yeah.
flow. Just flow.
Yeah.
Just the flow of it.
All right.
Just
I'm
flow.
hoping.
That's why
I'm
I keep
hoping.
thinking of the water analogies.
Yeah. A lot of water analogies. They're very cool.
Flow.
Yeah. So let me make this a little bigger. I got a call. Hold on. A call from Olivia. That should be interesting. Hello, Olivia. That you? Say again. Ah, brilliant, brilliant. What's happening? Uh-huh. Uh, 1 second, Olivia, because I'm on Zoom with Donna. So I just want to make sure you know, and it's okay with Donna. Yeah, Donna.
Well, as long as she knows, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I've
Go.
been wanting to say hello, and I don't know how to get to her.
Oh, 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 oh. The call dropped. The call dropped. So, where'd it go now? Where'd it go now? What's going on here now? Oh, boy. Why am I not showing the call? Or did you call me directly on the phone? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. I don't know how this works now. Let me see. New stuff, new stuff. Oh, I don't know if that's automatically calling now. Oh, no, give me the voicemail. All right. I don't know what happened with the call drop, but the internet or the calling, it's not all that cool. So it's been a bit rough. So I'll try and get it back. So yeah, very cool. All
I've
right.
been wanting to get a hold of her, and I don't know how.
Oh, you can't message her on Facebook?
Not part of my people that I message.
Uh,
How do I invite her to be?
oh, so you just have to type her name into the Facebook search, and when she comes up, then you can either send a friend request, and then that will make it easier, or
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then or you can just message her directly. But if you message people who aren't your friends, they don't always see them. Those messages, you kind of have to go and look in message requests. So yeah, um, so it's better to friend them first and then send them. So
What are you doing now?
I'm just messaging her to get her to come back. Let me just message her. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know if she thought she was interrupting. I mean, maybe she ended the call too. She's very polite that way. Like Shari a little bit, but even more so maybe. So, let me get.
Why do they feel like they're interrupting when you and I are talking? Do I make them feel like that?
No, they just feel it's like a session and it's business or whatever, and so it's the invite here now.
Well, I don't want them to feel like that.
I know, but they don't know the exact nature of how we do and how things work. So wow, I can't find the link now. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, okay, I see it now. I'll try. I said maybe come on Zoom and put the link. I'll try. I don't know. It's like Mark. some something with Zoom. I don't know what. But, oh, come on now. Now it won't paste the link. Wow. And won't even copy the link. Now, get on a screen share here temporarily and see. That's really weird. I had this once before where it wouldn't. It's not doesn't copy the link, and then I can't paste it. So, do you have that link handy? You know, if you go to participants, you click on the bottom of participants, and then it's at the bottom of that window it says invite, and then when you click on that, at the bottom of that again it says copy invite link, and then you can just paste it, and I can just copy it across. Donna, where'd you go?
Yes.
Can you do that, please?
Get my phone. Would you do what? Oh, you wanted me to do something? I was
yeah,
getting my phone to find the link.
Oh no, on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah, on Zoom there where it says participants, you just click on
Yes.
participants, and then at the bottom of the participant screens it says invite, and then when you never mind, I've got another way to do it. Anyway, the way to do it would be nope. Let me do the other way either. So you go to participants, and then at the bottom it says invite. You click on invite. At the bottom of that next window it says copy invite link. You click on that. It's on your clipboard. So.
Okay, so you're clicking on participants?
Yeah, you click on participants, and then at the bottom of the window that it opens, it says invite at the bottom.
It didn't open anything.
Oh, it's on the side of your Zoom. You have to have Zoom on top. I do have another way of doing this. Yeah, I know how to do it now. I remember now. I have to go to. Okay. All right.
Participants, and then what? And
okay.
I got it now.
Yeah. So you see the invite there, and you click on invite.
Yes.
Right.
Invite.
And then
default email. Copy link.
At the very bottom it says copy invite link. The bottom left. And you just click on that, and then you just paste that in chat.
It's been copied to my clipboard.
Right. So you won't see it anyway. So you just put it in chat now, and then I'll have it.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I got it.
And that's it. That's all there is to it. But I mean, if you ever want to invite somebody to Zoom, that's how you get the invite. Did you paste it in Zoom chat?
Yes, you should see it. Hey.
I'm not seeing anything in Zoom chat. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Thank you. That's the link. Yep, that's it. That's it. So now you know where to get that link, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yep, I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Yeah. Or just paste it in some note somewhere. So yeah. I mean, if they already have Zoom, they can just click join and type the number in. The link is really only if they don't have Zoom already. If they have Zoom installed like you do, isn't that what you do? You go to Zoom, you open up Zoom, and you click join, right? And you type in the number, yeah?
No, I still go to my browser and type in the whole address.
Oh, wow. Make a bookmark then, for heaven's sake, seriously. Or at least save this in sticky notes or somewhere where you can just copy and paste it into your browser instead of typing it out. So you need to go to, just search for download Zoom onto your computer, and then when you'll have a little program, it'll come up and it'll show, say, new meeting, join, schedule. Anyway, you can just click on join, and well, after a while, you just type in the number like on your phone. It'll save the number. You just type 9, you click on it, join, and there you go. A lot easier.
Yeah, it does. When I go to my browser and I start typing it, you're absolutely
Oh,
right.
then okay, all
It
right.
comes up and then I just click on it.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're right. Now that you said that.
all right. So it's not too bad then,
No.
I mean, having Zoom on your computer though is handy. Like with Bina having it on her side, like I was really struggling with the communication, and for a while there, I don't know when I leave tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna be at Shari, so I'll have internet there. I'm using the phone. I'm using Wi-Fi now. I'm not using my cell service, which I haven't gotten it to work yet. I may have to get another phone. But the phone has been this week now since I haven't had internet because I ended my service on it. So because I wasn't sure when it was going to be out. But anyway, so I've been using the neighbor's internet, um, but not the cell service. But I want to, when I'm on the road, I want to be able to use cell service for getting onto Zoom. So, uh, but I'm saying, so with the point I was trying to make is like Bina having Zoom is that if I was struggling and I couldn't make it, she could start the Zoom session from her side and then just send it to send the link, her link to the participant. So it's useful that when you have Zoom downloaded on both your phone and your computer, you have to make a little account. It's free. It gives you this ability to start a Zoom meeting, which is very handy indeed. Now, until you set a permanent meeting ID like mine, it'll give a different number at the end of that link every time. So you're going to have to send a link for each particular meeting. But it's easy enough to set the PMI. It's not that hard. So, and you can create a permanent meeting ID. It happened to be that my number was available. That's my Google Voice number, which I'll continue to use as my phone number because it just rings through to the phone, which is what happened with Olivia now. I think she may have called me. I don't know which way or not. So.
Hang on.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Say again? I can't hear you.
That's Riley whining at me. I've got to go out.
All right, all right. I'll be here. I'll be here. It's just you're gonna stay on Zoom. Okay, cool. Go take care of Riley. I'll be here. All sorts of stuff. I was wanting to ask Bina this, so I will ask her when she comes. I say, astrologically, it is an exceedingly anomalous year, right? I say one of the peculiar effects, and I want to know particularly which planets are involved in this, but one of the strange effects that I've noticed is that my clothing has been shrinking on me. I want to know how this is. What's involved in this? How about you? No? Yes? Or is it just me? Ah, lost.